Bonjour and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your tarot reading for the next 3 months. This is going to be looking at April, May and June, looking at the longer term picture as opposed to the monthly readings that look at what literally is on your doorstep for the month. So this is going to be a reading for the people born under the Lover's card and the Devil's card. Now, if you do not know what your tarot birth card is, I've dropped you a link in the description box below to a short instructional video that will show you how to work it out, and then you can come back and check out your reading. So for this reading, I'm going to use two decks, the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle and the Journey of the Sacred Bee Tarot. They're from the same creator, they work together, and I have reviewed them on my channel, so there will also be a link in the description box below if you're interested in the cards and want to check out, the whole decks and the concept behind them and maybe get them for yourself. So, with that being said, I hope you're doing well and that you've had a good month so far, and without further ado, let's begin. So if you would like to connect to the energy of my deck, now's the time to take a couple of deep breaths whilst I shuffle it. So what do my Aquarians, born under the Lover's card and the Devil card, need to hear for their highest good for the next 3 months, please? Alright, so I'm going to grab a card for each month. So we begin with the Unfolding. Then we have Enigmatic. And then we have Reverence. So the Unfolding is a card that talks about seeing things develop and move on. And in this deck particularly, it talks about using what you have learned, all the knowledge and experience you have acquired recently or over the past months. You're going to need it, and it's going to unravel in front of you why you need to apply it. So that's very promising and exciting. And with this, and oh, I forgot to explain, this deck works with elements. So this is the element of air, which obviously is the mental body. So everything to do with knowledge, truths, your thoughts, your ideas. Here you have the heather element, which is the element of spirit. And we have enigmatic. So there's going to be a little bit of mystery going on in May for you. Things that maybe you're not meant to understand fully at this moment in time, and you may be very piqued, your curiosity may be very piqued by it, obviously, because, I don't know if you're like me, but when there's a bit of mystery, I just can't help myself, I have to find out. So just be prepared, that there's going to be maybe a bit of mystery going on in May. And then in June we have Reverence. Now this is the water element, so this is to do with your feelings, your emotions. And to me, the card of Reverence is really a card of being grateful because we now understand. We're in a position where we understand, where you begin the unfolding, then the mystery, and then you understand, and you feel that gratefulness. It's that sense of awe when we realize how all of the bits of the puzzle, the jigsaw, fit together. That's what I'm getting. But obviously, I'm going to grab the tarot. Let me move it a little bit. I'm going to grab the tarot to clarify your messages. So can you clarify those energies for us, please? Oh, that's a little bit too much. All right. Let's see what we have for you. So we have the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Coins. Wow, this is beautiful. Then we have the Seven of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Ten of Cups, beautiful energy. And then finally, the Lovers. For some of you, it is your card, Major Arcana. The Chariot, another Major Arcana, and they follow each other, so we have progression. And the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work, underneath that you may not be aware of, we have the Death card. Yeah, I'm absolutely not surprised to see this card here. But Death is a big energy, okay? Major Arcanas tend to be bigger energies. The minors deal with the day-to-day events, situations, and people. And Death is a cleansing force. That's how I like to see it and refer to it, because it is the end of something that had to happen in order to enable something new and better to be born out of the ashes, which is why some tarot readers refer to this card as the Phoenix Rising. Now, death does mean the end of something, and sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. It depends on how mentally prepared you are for it, and it really sets the score back to zero. You know, it's wiping the slate clean, and then something else grows out of it. So, and you will be grateful for it. With that Reverence card, you will see how everything comes. You come to that understanding of why you had to go through all of that. So under the unfolding, we have the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Coins. You've worked hard to get there. You know, when I talked about the unfolding is using the knowledge and experience you've acquired over a period of time and seeing it in action. Well, the Four of Wands represents a landmark that you've achieved. It represents something to be proud of, something to celebrate, whether we're talking in a relationship, you know, a significant landmark like moving in together or becoming more committed, even proposing, whatever the case may be. If we're looking at your career, this could be a promotion, you know, and you worked hard at it, you've put the time in, the effort in, and it's finally been acknowledged. It could be your business if you're self-employed, making that landmark, and you know your brand becomes now recognized, or you landed a sponsorship. As an artist, you get your first exhibition maybe, or your book gets published. Obviously, you know, I don't know why you here specifically, all of you have different reasons, so take what resonates. But this is a beautiful energy. And the Knight of Swords, well, the Knights represents movement and taking action, which is why I have a big soft spot for the Knights, generally speaking, because I like this empowering energy, and Swords is the mental body. So the Knight of Swords is somebody who's taking decisive action. It's also the fastest of all of the Knights, because this is somebody, and obviously no genders attached, just the energy of the card. This is somebody who has all of the resources, and these could be just facts and data, or they could be actual resources. They have all of those resources, and they're now going for it. There is no stopping them, they're going for it. And so this then brings the Nine of Coins, beautiful energy, probably my favorite minor arcana of the whole deck. The Nine of Coins, 9 is obviously achievement, you're nearly at the 10, which is the end of the cycle, the culmination. And the coins is earth energy, which literally relates to everything that touches you in your everyday life. It's the physical world, it's your financial assets, it's your career, your job, it's your home or your house, it's all of that. And the Nine of Coins, the reason why I love it so much is because, yes, it's achievement, it's getting to a state of prosperity and abundance, but because you've worked at it, you've had to go through all of the coins, you know, of the suit, and the Eight of Coins being the card of hard work, working diligently and patiently to get there. And now you have plenty, you have enough to the point that you can give to some people, whether it's some of your time, some of your financial resources, some of your advice, whatever the case may be. But this is you having reached a landmark, taken action. Maybe even you got an offer from this Knight of Swords, take what resonates, and that's leading you to your prosperity, your abundance. And with that comes an incredible sense of self-confidence, because you're standing on your own 2 feet. You've done this yourself, okay? You don't have to thank anybody else. This is on you. This is your hard work, your dedication, your sheer willpower and how you applied yourself, that's manifested that, which is beautiful, which is why it's with the unfolding. And then we move on to enigmatic. So we have the Seven of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Now these are, again, mental energies. Now 7 is the number of evaluation, and for me it's made up number 4 and 3. Now one could argue it could be 6 plus 1 and 5 plus 2. To me it really is 4 plus 3, because the number 4 is the strong foundation and stability you have built. Added to that, the energy of number 3, which is a spur of growth, creativity, expansion, evolution. So with the Seven of Swords, this is you reflecting on a situation, whatever we were dealing with, and having that mental breakthrough that shows you where to go next. And with that comes the confidence, because you do have the Three of Swords as well, which to me represents a mental breakthrough, the mind over the heart, generally speaking. Now sometimes the swords can cut, it's not always an easy process, but the Three of Swords, it really is the card that liberates you from being undecisive or not knowing in this case. I mean, it follows the Two of Swords, which is being stuck and undecisive. But because it's with enigmatic, there is obviously something that's a mystery, something that you're not meant to know right now, and you're going through the process in May, and you're going to get that clarity. It's going to come your way, because the Seven of Swords also represents the work smarter, not harder way of approaching something. Look at a situation and then think out of the box. Maybe take the least trodden path is what I like to say sometimes. And maybe also keep your cards close to your chest. There may be an element of that as well. Because this is something that is going to set you free. You're going to move forward. And then you get the Ten of Cups. I mean, the Ten of Cups is a beautiful card. It's the end of the cycle in the emotional realm. This is the happy ever after. So through that process, that mental process, which may not be easy, and for some of you, you may struggle with feeling like you are kind of left in the dark, with this is the energy I'm getting from the card here, enigmatic. It's that you may be struggling a little bit with not knowing exactly what's going on, feeling like you have maybe lost even your sense of direction. For some of you, it won't be all of you, but there will be that. But the Ten of Cups is at the end of it. And remember, your ruler number is number 6. And number 6 is a number of harmony. You overcome the disruption of number 5 in order to get the harmony and equilibrium brought by number 6, which obviously is your number. And this is going to be the process. And then you get to your happy ever after, which obviously is beautiful. It is there. You may not see it, but it will come. It's there. And that is what comes out of the ashes of what death is going to clean out for you. And then in June, you move to reverence. And with that, you have, oops, sorry, I didn't grab everything. The Lovers, which for some of you is your card, as I said, the Chariot, and then the Four of Cups. Now, these two are big energies again, major arcana. So the Lovers, in essence, is having to make a decision, okay? It is the fight between your mind and your heart. And it is, it may be talking about a relationship, but generally speaking, and in its original sense, the Lovers really is having to choose, is being at a big crossroad. And obviously with that comes the, apprehension maybe of, am I going to make the right decision? Am I going to take the right path? You may even have some doubts within yourself. You may even be in conflicts within yourself, between your higher self and your conscious self. Are you in alignment with it? What I'm seeing is that you're not going to be hesitating for a long time, because you have the Chariot here. And as I said, ultimately, you're going to be in that state of, awe and gratitude for what's going to happen. And the Chariot is a victory. It's triumphing through sheer willpower. Now I can tell you you've got willpower already with the Seven of Swords, which is that card of, working smarter rather than harder, taking the least trodden path, making the harder decision, and even, as I said, maybe keeping those things to yourself, not sharing them with others. It keeps on ringing in my head, that's why I'm repeating it. But so, the Chariot is really you having a clear sense of where you're going once you're at that crossroad and you've made up your mind about what to do, and you're going to go for it, and whatever life throws at you, you will take it on in your stride, because the charioteer does not take a diversion. This is somebody who's laser focused, and they have the confidence, they know, they have the drive, they know that whatever happens, they have a strategy to deal with it and get to their goal. And again, Seven of Swords, strategic card, okay? So this is ultimately a victory, a triumph, and it is also an unstoppable force, something that cannot be stopped by anybody. And then we have the Four of Cups. Now the Four of Cups represents emotional stability. I know that in its shadow side it may represent apathy and a bit of boredom, but I am not getting at all this vibe for you in this reading. What I'm seeing here is you gaining emotional stability and comfort, because you are in that state of reverence, that state of awe of what has happened and how you got there. And I really, really, really feel it is very beneficial, just so we're clear. Now let me just grab a final card to close out your reading. So can we have a final message for my Aquarians born under the Lovers and the Devil card, please? I want this card here. Let me just grab it. Yeah, the Three of Cups. Okay, beautiful card. Three, as I've explained before, the card of growth, creativity, evolution, expansion. When you mix this with the water energy, this is a beautiful cause for celebration. Yes, it may be, being invited to parties and so on, having a good time, but it is emotional abundance. This is really having your heart singing, and it goes so beautifully with the entire message. When I was telling you with the Reverence card, I said to you, by the end of the process, by June, you're going to be feeling in total amazement of what's happened. You can understand why you had to get the knowledge, the experiences, why it had to unfold the way it did, why you had to go through a period of uncertainty in order to get to your Ten of Cups, to your happy ever after, why something had to finish so that something even better could be born out of it. And why your sheer willpower and determination is going to bring you this victory, this emotional stability, this put you in this place where you really feel like you are emotionally rich, completely satisfied. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm truly humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a truly wonderful next 3 months, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.